This is Kia's answer to the small crossover. It's the Kia Stonic, and it's here to compete with cars like the Nissan Juke, the Renault Captur and the Seat Arona. It's been on sale in the UK since 2018 and it got a mild facelift in 2020. It costs new between £19,000 and £24,000. Now you've had a good look at it, let me know how you think it looks using the pop-out banner in the top right-hand corner of your screen. Since the facelift, you can only get the Stonic with this 1 litre 3-cylinder petrol turbo mild hybrid engine. It has 118 brake horsepower and 172 newton meters of torque, but as low as 1,500 RPM, which is useful. You can get it with a 6-speed manual or a 7-speed dual clutch automatic like this one. But before the facelift, you could actually get a diesel and a couple of petrols. However, this is all you get now. But if you get the base model, the Stonic 2, that has the same engine but with only 99 horsepower and no mild hybrid. They all do around about 49 to 51 miles to the gallon, and they get to 60 in around 10.5 to 11.5 seconds. So there's not a lot in it. There's 4 trim levels, the base level being the Stonic 2, then it's the GT-Line, then it's the Connect, which is what this one is, and then the GT-Line S. I'll leave details in the description of what levels of kit you get with each trim level. Can I get comfortable? Well, let's hop in. Quite a soft seat, but supportive. Quite like it. I can go this far back. I'm 5'10", can barely reach the gas pedal, can touch it, but I can't really press it. And I can go this far forward, so my knees are hitting the dashboard. Seat goes up and down. It can go quite low, very low. There we go. That's more low than I'd ever want to be. And how high can it go? Come on, Richard. A little bit of a workout here. Still going. There you go. Finished there. Not that high actually, certainly high enough for me, but maybe someone with a shorter torso may want to be higher. That's about right. The backrest doesn't have a wheel, it has one of these things where you lift it up and you move it forwards and backwards. It means you can move it forwards and backwards quickly, but it's done in stages, so I find I struggle to get it exactly where I want to. I think people like this sort of system so you can lean back really quickly. I don't know why I'd ever want to do that though. Steering wheel, forwards and backwards and up and down. I can get that in a nice place. Steering wheel leather feels really nice. And you have an armrest that you can move forwards and backwards, but not up and down. The driver's seat is in my position. Let's see how much room I have in the back. Door opens nice and wide. That was close to hitting my head there, but quite easy to get in and out of. Just felt that on my hair. You might want to duck. And I have some knee room. I can fit my feet under the seat in front, and I can't squeeze my fist between my knee and the seat. If I really push into the seat, I can. So I'll say I have about that much knee room, but the seat is really quite comfy. I do find Kias have comfy seats. And like just about all cars these days, it has ISOFIX mounts for your child seats. Nice touch. A handy USB charging port for the back passengers. Or should I say passenger? There's only one. The boot is 350 litres, which isn't small, but it's smaller than its rivals, and there doesn't appear to be anywhere for a spare wheel because underneath the floor there's a big battery for the hybrid system. You can fold the seats down, so I'll take this parcel shelf out, and they're quite easy to fold down from the back because they're not too far away, and then you get a nice flat load area. This car gets most of its interior from the Kia Rio, and it's functional if unremarkable. It's very well laid out, and there's plenty of buttons for things you need buttons for, like the climate control for example. It's not all incorporated into the touchscreen. The plastics are hard, but thin they are not. They may feel cheap, but they are certainly very solid, and there's little bits of leather dotted around the place just to try and give it a bit of a premium feel. The star of the show though has to be this touchscreen. It's very high resolution and it's really quite responsive. Big too. But the name of the car, Stonic, is supposed to be the combination of 2 words, speedy and tonic. Let's see if this car can live up to its name. Okay, so let's stop the car and stamp on the throttle. Traction control, changes gear well, 40 miles an hour, and 60. So speedy? No. But tonic? Well, depends what tonic means. It certainly has some punch. If I slow down to about 20 miles an hour now, and then plant my foot on the gas pedal, there's a delay, but then it does actually kick and launch you forwards. But by the time it reaches about 40 miles an hour, it does run out of puff. It has a semi-firm ride. Feels like the suspension has been made slightly stiffer just to counteract the body roll from it being slightly higher. And it has a very horrible lane keep device, which I'm trying to turn off now. There you go, it's off. You have to hold the button down. Keeps trying to move me from left to right when I don't want to. That's not very nice. Round the corners, it generates certainly enough grip for any kind of road driving, and body roll is kept in check. However, it can't really get its power down at very low speeds. Wheel spins very easily, even in the dry, and it's not powerful. I guess some sort of torque vectoring or a limited slip differential would sort that out. But people buying this car, I guess, aren't looking into that kind of performance. They would be choosing a different car if they wanted that. I'm now on a very steep hill, one of the steepest hills in the area. Let's see if this automatic creeps forwards or rolls back. So I'm in drive, off the brake, it's not rolling back, and it's just started rolling forwards, and it's moved up to 4 miles an hour. If I brake, I can slow down, and if I reduce the brake, it will creep forwards a little bit more. So it works. Don't do this for long periods of time in a dual clutch transmission because you will burn the clutch out, but you could do maneuvers in this car fairly easily. The mild hybrid system is very clever. Sometimes when I come off the gas pedal, the revs just go to 0 and it coasts along, and it says sailing here. Now I need to brake. The engine kicks back in again when I'm braking because I need to wait until this bend before I go around this Cyclist. There you go, it's gone back to 0 again, and it's just letting me coast along. It keeps turning itself on and off. It's not really detectable, although sometimes there is a slight jerk as it happens, but not much. The moment you press the gas pedal though, there is power there for you, so you're able to get going. A downside of this mild hybrid and this dual clutch automatic transmission is when you're trying to stay slow. It's very hard to stay slow. You're either accelerating or you're braking, and every so often the engine will cut out, which makes matters even worse. Two more disadvantages about this mild hybrid. One is it eats into boot space. I don't think you can get this car with a spare wheel. And two, you don't know how much the car is going to slow down when you come off the gas pedal. Sometimes it goes into sailing mode, which is essentially coasting, and you get no engine braking. And at other times it goes into regen mode and gives you loads of engine braking trying to recharge the battery. So it's very hard to judge how much the car is going to slow down when you come off the gas. However, an advantage of the mild hybrid system is how the car turns on. When you switch it on, the engine kicks straight into life. No chugging, no vibration. It makes the car feel more refined, and it makes me want to leave the stop-start system on. These feel nice. They have a very high quality feel. That indicator is an acquired taste. The main trouble with this mild hybrid system is it doesn't seem to improve the fuel economy. It might do, but it's nothing drastic. I'm getting similar economy figures as I would do out of any 3-cylinder 1 litre turbocharged engine, and that is low 40s when you're being conservative and somewhere in the 30s when you're pressing on. I find larger engines without turbos actually get better fuel economy in the real world when they're tuned right. And when I say large engines, I don't mean 5.7 litre V8s. I'm more referring to Mazda's 1.5 litre engine in the Mazda 2. It has a similar power to this, but I've had in the 60s to the gallon out of it. Although it does feel a lot slower until you rev it out. There's not much go until you get above 4,000 RPM. This engine feels a lot more punchy, and most people would say this is quicker, even though the Mazda has a better 0 to 60. But if you just want to get in the car, switch it on and get going with little fuss, this car makes a lot of sense. It's very comfortable. It has a very quick automatic gearbox if you want the automatic, but it also has a 7-year 100,000 mile warranty. What more can you want? This car represents worry-free, comfortable motoring for a guaranteed minimum of 7 years. So I'm now pulling onto a dual carriageway, 70 mile an hour road. The engine gets me up to 70 with ease. There's a medium level of noise, a medium level of vibration. It seems to stay in a straight line, doesn't fidget about too much. Let's press on and see what it's like after a bit longer. I've been sitting at around 70 miles an hour now for a little while, and I can confidently say I could do a long journey in this car. It's very comfortable, it's quiet enough, and the fuel economy is good as well. It's gone up to 49.3, and I reset that before I accelerated on the slip roads. That includes the acceleration up to speed as well. So it's actually quite good at motorway speeds. The only trouble is the cruise control. It doesn't tell you what you've set it to, and it's not too great at maintaining the exact speed. When you go uphill, it tends to slow down a couple of miles per hour before it speeds itself back up again. I'd like to thank Underwoods of Kia in Colchester for lending me this car. If you think the video is useful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to get my future videos. And until the next one, cheerio.